At this very moment in 2016, the audio world is turning its attention to the new miraculous piece of sound technology, Dante. Dante is changing the world of live and recorded sound by making the transfer of sound from an instrument or a voice to a console cleaner, easier, and more accurate. Audinate, an Australian audio company, came into being in 2003 with the goal of covering uncharted territory in the realm of audio recording. By the year 2006, they had conceptualized Dante, which stands for Digital Audio Networking through Ethernet. Technology hadn't quite caught up with their grandeur ideas of taking what usually requires up to hundreds of cables and condensing that pathway into a single Ethernet cord. By 2009, they had enough investors to support their endeavors and begin trying to bring Dante to the market. Until very recently, it hasn't been affordable or plausible. But on February 2nd, 2016, Audinate made an announcement on their website. Audinate has announced that 275 manufacturers have now adopted Dante, and that more than 675 Dante-enabled products are now available worldwide. This represents a dramatic 145% increase in the number of commercially available products since this time last year. In the first few years after Dante was implemented, it was only adopted by the highest-end facilities. The Sydney Opera House adopted it, but no average music venue or recording studio could afford to put it in place. Now, universities are starting to purchase the system, including Boston College and the University of Michigan. To understand why these organizations are deciding to take the system to their facilities, one must first comprehend what Dante is replacing. Remember that the unit for Dante is about the size of your average cable box. What many facilities own that serves the same purpose as Dante looks like this. It's about 8 feet tall and contains dozens of consoles and has hundreds of wires running to and from it. Dante works virtually the same in the two basic settings for sound: live performances and recorded music. In either setting, music always starts in an instrument like a guitar or a bass guitar in a direct recording. Otherwise, it is picked up by microphones in the case of drums, vocals, or recordings taken from sounds produced by amplifiers. Every input requires its own XLR cable to carry the sound. XLR, which stands for External Line Return, cables are going to be necessary for the recording process for the foreseeable future because they are the standard for transferring sound directly from its source. This is the amount of XLR cables required to record one drum set, so it is clear to see why audio specialists are so excited to cut down on the amount of wires they require. The XLR cables come together and then reach the Dante console. From the Dante console, a simple, skinny Ethernet cord comes out the back and takes care of the rest of the sound transfer. If you wanted to record that sound, you could simply plug that Ethernet cord into your computer. Or if you wanted to project the sound, you'd plug it in whatever unit is controlling your speakers. The Cat5 Ethernet cord, the cord that carries audio from the Dante interface, is familiar to most consumers as the cord they plug into their laptop computer when their Wi-Fi stops working. It can also be used for landline telephones. Computers and telephones can both operate without Ethernet connections, even though they used to depend upon them entirely. Dante's audio uses Ethernet as its vehicle to a console, but Ethernet surely has a habit of being replaced by wireless technology. It's unlikely that Dante hasn't considered attempting to adapt to a wireless interface. With their recent success, they are in a position to keep innovating and developing newer and easier to use audio software and hardware.